Right, good evening once again to everybody.
Good evening, good evening. I can't hear myself though.
What?
I can't hear myself. What's going on?
You should put your turn off your ears.
I don't know. I'm not hearing myself this evening though. But you all can hear me though?
I can hear you. You can hear me?
Like you can hear me. I ain't hearing a lot of static, but I got to go.
You hear me good, PC Bros?
I hear you loud and clear, Queen.
You're the important anyhow though. The people don't say this. The only country that important to me right now, not you. You're on the body right now, to be honest with you. So good evening. The only country, 92.9 FM. Good evening to Larry. Larry, how you doing, Labby Davin?
I am doing fine. I hope that you're doing well too.
It's good to see you once again. You're getting older, taller. Don't you always look at you reversing backward age.
Right. Yeah, so how the weekend was?
The weekend wasn't too bad, you know. The curfew done, so I was able to go to a little karaoke, little line outside, outdoors. You know?
Oh, nice.
I had a friend who celebrated the birthday on Friday. So they had a little line outside, you know, so they had a little karaoke, little music, and people generally behave themselves good and things. And still practice social distancing, still keep on your mask and things, because the curfew done, I mean COVID done, so you still have to do what you're supposed to do to make sure that it's right here, you know?
Yeah. Hey, remember you last week, Queen?
I went to school too.
Yeah, so I just can tell you, so remember last week, you asked me what to do for Valentine's after we do the show?
Right,
You know what I do? Homework. I don't remember. I spent up to 10:30 with my son doing homework. So I was one of the people that glad the school's over back up to school. It's a rough for choke, man. So if you come home from working hard, you gotta do homework all late in the night.
Okay.
I'm happy for that.
Great. So you said the back ain't good and everything.
We ain't going back in yet. You going back in next week.
Next week?
He going back next week. Yeah, the farm gonna get clean and thing and have sanitize and that kind of thing. So he's going back in next week.
Okay, all right.
So he got another week of online school.
Okay, sorry to hear that.
But I'm happy for everybody else who's back on and everything. So I'm happy for them.
Okay. All right, so this is Mad Loves. We here until about 6:30. And even though last week, 7:30. Sorry, 7:30. I found Greenwich Mean Time or somebody Mean Time.
You're on New York time. You're on New York time.
I'm on New York time.
Yeah.
Right, so we here until 7:30. God say good evening to people who logged in from London, Manchester, all the way up in Canada, Toronto. We had some people messaging last week. And when the show was finished, I was still getting a lot of calls and messages, you know?
True, yeah.
Right, so this Queen Archibald Cox here and PC Rooms. So we good. Right, we good.
Be good.
Right. So you want to go straight to the point now, or you want like play a little something first and then we come back and leave the case?
Well, let me play a little one first. Give a nice. Well, when we come back to the case.
Right.
Yes. Queen Sugary Mud. Sugary, that was sweet, boy.
Every one coming from Percy Sledge.
Yes.
When a man loves a woman. You hear some of the lyrics in the song. When a man loves a woman, he's spent his very last dime trying to hold on to what he needs. He give up all his comforts and sleep in the rain. If she said that's the way it ought to be. So that's real love there. When a man loves a woman, can't keep his mind on nothing else. He change the world for the good things he's from. If she's bad, he can't see it. She can't do no wrong. Turn his back on his best friend if he put her down. Sweet words from Percy Sledge.
Yeah, boy.
So we don't even talk about when a man loves a woman.
Correct.
When a man loves a woman, he would do anything for her. Correct, with PC Rooms?
That is correct. Absolutely right.
So if that is so, some women want to know why it is that some men so frightened for marriage. I'm going to get this listen here. Listen to me.
All right, go ahead.
Now, Judy, not her real name, has been in a relationship with Bobby, not his real name. They don't think I use false names, but here. So Judy and Bobby, in this relationship for almost 30 years, right?
Wow,
Living together.
That long, boy.
That's a long time. Yep. They are both in their early 50s with 2 grown children, long gone about the business. So on a few occasions, Judy will ask Bobby about getting married. But Bobby, maybe we can get married over. What happened to you, though? Hey, boy, getting married? What wrong with me? Say wrong with me that you can't marry me? But we didn't know one another for years now. I living with you. Yes. But you don't understand where you going while I get married. And Bobby will always dismiss it. Nah, what's wrong with you? You always been married. You're happy. You happy? Are you happy? Are you happy? You with this marriage, and you let people push food and just be good. No, we soon dead, man. Be good. And Bobby will point out to her friends and people that they know who get married and the marriage break up.
Okay.
So when she talks about marriage, you know, she want look at Tom and then the good. I know they go and get married and everything mash up. You want it. You good. Right. So then she back off of that day. She will bring it up every 2 years or so and then back off from it. You know how this goes.
Every Valentine's she'll bring it up.
Yeah, she will bring it up. Or sometimes she never got to bring it up. Her friends or his friends will bring it up. If that's a little wedding, my Bobby when you can marry woman though. And you see, Charlie just get married. I never saw there somebody else. So long you guys been together? Well, you was together for 25 years. Well, when they married, you understand? If she will feel the kind of way.
Yeah.
And you know, here her whole school keeping it now. But no, she has started attending church. And the church leader told her that she is living a life of fornication. Living in a house with a man, and they married.
Whoa.
And they need to get married, or she would have to decide if she want to serve God or serve her husband. But if you cannot serve God, if you're living with a man that kind of way, you know, intimately in the bedroom, and things are happening, and you're married. Yeah.
True.
But she told us to Bobby. And she even want to bring the pastor there to talk to Bobby. Bobby said, I want to talk to the pastor, man, be good. You always been this thing about married, good. Right, listen now. Bobby told her that you do, so she, as I said, she told the pastor told her she living a life of thing, and she needs to get married or move out the bedroom. So for the past 2 weeks, she has been sleeping in another bedroom. Because she tell Bobby, listen, I'm serious about serving the Lord. If you don't want to get married, well, things can happen bedroomly. You understand? So she moving in another bedroom now.
Wow. Okay.
Bobby tells you, well, you do what you feel like doing. I can do what I feel like doing. Because you bring a church man here to back up the good life that we had before. So you do what you feel like doing. And I can do what I feel like doing.
Wow.
So the situation here now, should Bobby be pressured into getting married if the situation was good before? Bobby seems to have got this fear about marriage because, as he said, people be living good, just gonna get married, and then things just break up. I can get some little background information here too. They live in the house, Bobby, then he just live in the house. And in his house is Bobby house. And she got a big daughter living overseas.
So she house.
The possibility is that daughter can come back to the house.
Exactly. I mean, she house basically because the aunt date.
Right. The other thing is that his parents, they were never married and they enjoyed close to 50 years in a good, healthy relationship. So Bobby's lucky. He's lucky. He father relationship. I said my mother and my father never get married. They may have their problems. So the normal humps and rumps that you would see in a relationship. But it was good. None of his siblings are married. She, on the other hand, got a sister who divorced. But she just point to one of Bobby's friends all the time and say, listen, you don't want to marry me, but I see what women make us do. You got a friend that was in a relationship for over 20 years and left and married another woman in the space of 2 years. So this what women like to do. But let to drag you out in a relationship for years and years and years, take the best out of me, and then get a morning and left me and got married somebody else. So all these little things in the pot that bubbling.
Okay. Wow.
So in your estimation, You feel that Bobby should just get a married outside the way he feeling and just gonna marry a woman and call it a day, or Bobby should stick to the way he believe and say, listen, I'm comfortable, be comfortable. As we gonna get married, things gonna mash up.
Absolutely not. It's nobody. I mean, get pressured into getting married is one of the worst things you could possibly do. That is it. I mean, you should marry because you know you love it, feel good, you feel comfortable, everything good. But pressuring a man or a woman into marrying them, it will never end right. It ain't gonna feel right. It ain't gonna feel right at all.
It ain't gonna feel right.
It ain't gonna feel right. And Bobby got good examples of people that you know that was married. I mean, everybody, his family, none had ever married. His parents never married. His brothers never married. You know, so you got examples of anybody that was married that had a lasting relationship. All they could point to is the girlfriend sister who was married and divorced.
But so, that's all that is what do.
Exactly, that's all he got to point to. So I mean, it's the last 30 years, I raised 2 children,
right,
gone off, and they're still going strong. I mean, coming in out of pressure to marry him, I feel is the wrong move. Just continue the way you are. I mean, I sure to talk about that on numerous occasions, and it was decided to continue the relationship even though they're married. So continuing. That's all I could tell. That's the advice I would give the girlfriend.
Yeah, but
always basically.
I agree with you to some extent.
That's the continue,
You got another chapter now in this book, and that is the chapter with the church thing now.
Mm-hmm.
The church thing now. The pastor involved in this thing. The pastor is telling her, listen, you know what they say, and start reading the scriptures according to Luke this and Matthew this and Genesis this and then, and say you're living in a life of fornication. You can't get in heaven if you live in this life and blah 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 blah. Mm-hmm. So when she said no from the bedroom, but you left Bobby to do though.
Man, that's exactly what I mean. It mash up. From what you see, if she is not going to stand up to the pastor and tell him, well, this is how we were for all these years. We was good, and are you looking to continue? I mean, and if she want to put the church before her relationship with Bobby, I mean, it done there, but she got to be strong enough to stand up to the pastor and tell her, well, this is what I want. And they really want to do the church. I want to do the church thing too, but this is my life before. I comfortable, I good. And Bobby's a good man. They don't want to lose him.
But you know what the pastor say? You can't serve God and man too. You got to decide. You can't be in church and chapel like saying nothing. You got to decide what you want. As my grandmother say, you can't suck cane and whistle at the same time. You got to decide what you can do. You can't suck cane. So that's all these things don't confuse the whole situation now.
Okay, but I always stand with Bobby on this one. I mean,
with Bobby on this one.
I stand with Bobby
for 30 years.
30 years.
We raised 2 children. We had the issues.
Yes.
So you normally have some reps out. You'll find a normal relationship. But you with this married. Every time you want your friends get married, you want to get married. Every time it come around. But the woman saying no, it goes past that. I talk with the church and the church people and God and thing and all kind of thing. And thing. We can go and talk with some maybe people here so if you're in the country and find out how they feel with this thing here. Please thank for Mr. Larry.
434-1790. Get the callers in now on this discussion.
Yes, boy. Let me see. Can't have your kid. Was this roommate or somebody else? But yes, I mean, I don't know. If Bobby come around and he said he want to attend church and decide to do the marriage thing, all well and good, but you can't pressure a man or a woman into marriage, man. That's not good. That's not a good start at all to a relationship. Not good at all. But it was not always in the relationship. Good.
Well, somebody saying
somebody, we got some people who want to get on this discussion. So
here
we go.
Let me hear them. Good night.
Hi, good night. I don't think that they should get married.
Right.
It's been too long now, and from the time they get married, it's going to be like, well, you belong to me, you can't do this, you can't do that.
Yeah.
As a Christian, I don't believe they should get married.
Yeah. No.
What would be the point? At this point, they already are.
Exactly. Correct. Exactly.
But that way he tells you would be already married. But according to the pastor You ain't married in the sight of the Lord.
No, that is true.
Therefore, you should not be doing big people things. You understand what I mean? Till you marry in the sight of the Lord. And that's what she telling Bobby, that Bobby, you know, you can't get more cert until. And Bobby is saying, when you putting pressure on this relationship, this was never this there before.
But she is.
You're right. Exactly. They got right. That's good. Somebody in WhatsApp saying they agree with you. A good live with better than a bad marriage. Let the pastor marry she then. Stoops. The pastor out of place.
All right, thank you.
There you go, Queen. All right. Thanks. All right, Queen. Go ahead, yeah. Okay, yeah. I mean, there you go. You can't, I mean, the pastor is out of place to get in a relationship. You got another phone call there coming in? Put her on there.
You got some callers coming in now, so fast and furious.
All right. Good night.
Hello, good night.
Yes, good night.
You can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. This is my take on it. I feel, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are good enough to live with, right?
Mm-hmm.
And have sex with. You are just as great to be married. That is what I honestly feel. And if you really, truly love her, get him married will not be nothing big for him to do, because all you are doing now is making it legal, because when you are somebody's girlfriend, it's different to when you are married when it comes to certain things. So I honestly feel that if you really love her, that he would go and marry her. There's nothing different if you're good enough to marry. I mean, if you're good enough to live with that person and have sex with them, you are good enough to be a married lady. That is my take on that, doing it the right way. Thank you.
But you feel it's good. But one question I want to ask you, though, before you go. She gone, Larry?
I'm listening.
Hello? Right, but you feel it's good to be pressured into marriage, though? I mean, when you decide on marriage, it shouldn't be a pressure thing to me. Tell me what you think.
It is not pressured if you love the person. Because if that is all she's asking for, just to get it done legally. That is all she ain't asking for, an arm or a leg. All she wants is to get things written on paper. Before I got married, right? Listen to what I did. Then I started to talk to I know his boyfriend at the time. I told him, when I get a certain age, nobody ain't calling me a girlfriend at 60, 70, or nothing. So when you see a certain time, we are going to get married. And like that, see what happened. I laid my cards out on the table, because I'm not going to be with nobody also when they get 90 and all of that. And, they're my girlfriend, they're my boyfriend, or whatever. I laid my cards out on the table. Beginning.
That's exactly, that's what I feel. That's what I feel. This lady should have, laid her cards on the table early. If, she felt like marriage is this thing that she wanted. But she didn't do that here.
Because
she better have one child, right? Because she had one child, then she had two. And then she's going on, and now it's 30 years later.
But tell you this flow, as it said, from time to time she would mention him about getting married, but you get her one morning and 30 years be gone just like that.
I get a relationship. Son, you see marriage, like one of my friend on the phone here, you saw marriage early o'clock, you want to get married. You some married thing, right? And you lay your cards down early. Yes, early o'clock.
I said, this is what I want. This is what I want, and men are not. Some men are not going to be interested in getting married. So you just got to tell them what your plans are, because I asked him, so if I didn't tell you about doing it, would you? He said, probably not. So he said he did because he loves me.
And if he wasn't getting up to get married, you would have gone too, right? You would have gone.
Pardon me?
No, if he said he didn't want to get married then, so be good. What you would have done? You would have gone, right?
But I can't tell you that, because I brought it up from the beginning. I brought it up from the beginning.
Right, okay.
Early,
but you sound like someone that if 2-3 years going on, he ain't making the effort, I'm sure you'd have gone. And that's how I feel it should be. Bring out these things early in a relationship.
Early.
Pass. Exactly. Don't let the children come, and all that. You understand?
And I feel, to be honest, if somebody really loves you, that is not nothing hard for them to do. Don't care no matter what. That is not, I would not break up my relationship with the woman after all these years just because she's asking. That is nothing to me.
Yeah.
Oh, suppose I was a kid, you know. I know. Funny. Anyway, I will let somebody call it. All right, good night.
All right, thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right. No calls, okay, Larry. You hear that, Queen?
Yeah. But you see, excuse me, there's a time that early in a relationship, a lot of men don't want to get too committed. In terms of getting married. Even though they love the woman, they still be hedging the bets. You understand? They be saying maybe they got 3 years, 4 years. I don't think 3 years right now is the time to talk marriage. I am ready for the marriage right now. And he minds out that way he be saying. And there was a time too that we used to look at marriage as this costly thing. If you get married, you got to go down big. You got to go big reception, big days, flower girls, and bridesmaids, and every kind of people. And so some men would be saying that I ain't got that kind of money in my pocket right now to deal with a marriage. And some women that don't want small marriage now because they feel like you're hiding them. They got a lot of women that always have this fairy tale thing in them that they really come down the cathedral steps and thing and get pictures stuff and things.
All right, Queen, you got another caller coming through. You got another caller, yeah. Go ahead. Good night. Okay,
right. So I'm telling you, some women has got this big Cinderella thing.
Yeah.
Big fancy show. So even if back in the day, I know a lot of women, I used to tell them, let me go and let the magistrate marry or early morning in court. They may want that. Neither.
They want that, yeah.
They want that. They want all the glitz and the glamour and all kinds of things.
Yep.
So and a lot of, I use the term Bajan men because they don't know about Bajan men. There are a lot of Bajan men who just feel comfortable being in a long-term relationship without that. For some reason, they feel that marriage is a heavy, some form of commitment. You understand?
Yeah.
Right. So for people who don't join us, because it is now minutes to 7, just about 7 o'clock. Let me get the people who know coming in this here late and not joining us. But that's Gregson and not joining us though.
Yeah. Right, no comedy movie.
Okay. Right.
Yeah. So yes,
right. So
our friend Tony from Mother, she here saying that the lady may have now seen the light and want to change her lifestyle. So, I mean, I make her respect that too. She just really get together, sit down together, but don't be pastor. I don't think he should be involved in this here. And just discuss among herself, and see if she could, swim. I want the pressure. Sway to her side. See how she's saying.
Okay, so it is now 2 minutes to 7 thereabouts. So people who know joining us, Queen Ashbel, Thoughts and PC Bros here, this is my love. Let me get the scenario for the day. Judy, not her real name, has been in a relationship with Bobby, not his real name, for almost 30 years. They are both in their early 50s with 2 growing children gone along. As the years was progressing, on a few occasions, she asked him about getting married, and he would always dismiss. He would say to her, getting married now to get divorced. Being good, you are happy, be comfortable. You want to see that all the marriages out there breaking up. He would use that kind of terminologies. And he would also point to people that they know who live together long.
Excuse me, Eric. Good evening to you.
Hey, good evening.
Good evening. We have a caller. Please take a call.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Hello?
Hi, good night. Go ahead. We can hear you.
May I see the Gregson City, please?
Gregson is not here as yet. Gregson is coming in for 9 o'clock. Please join us then.
I thought somebody said...
Oh, no, I'm not Gregson. No.
I know you can, husband.
Well, please call for 9 o'clock and you'll hear Gregson.
No, I just wanted... Well, you could pass on a message. You called last year. He telling us that he's going to make the people at home available to participate in the program.
Well, that is what he has been working on, ma'am.
So we'll be able to participate.
Well, I suppose, please wait for at least 8:45, and please abide calmly, okay? Abide calmly, okay?
King Husband, I'm on campus.
Well, thank you very much. Please practice your calmness.
You know me very well.
Okay, dear. Thank you.
Boy.
Blessings. And the numbers to call are 434-1790 if you want to participate in the program. 434-1790. I will not keep you waiting. Like as in now, you go straight on. Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Take it, Eric.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening. Okay, no, I just want to get a bit from the radio.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in love and marriage.
Oh.
They have been together for a long time, and she wants to get
30 years.
married. She wants to get married, and I think they should. She went to church, she went to the pastor, and the pastor talked about marriage. So I believe that she could talk with her partner and see what he would do. Because I personally do not like to hear this saying about a good live-in is bad marriage. Live-in is fornication, and there's no getting away from it. Yes?
Yeah.
Marriage, I go to the point. Marriage,
Mm-hmm.
God ordained marriage. Not just man. Marriage was ordained by God for the procreation of children. Is rule to marriage. So you can build together, build a family together. So after 30 long years, I guess she got tired of seeing younger people marry and so on. And she would like to get married too and continue. You know, there's a song, pick up from where you left off, do the things you should have done. But then pick up from where the light left off. You don't have to start anything new. You know, like, I owe you or nothing. So they're living together good all the time. Marry and continue living. Yeah. Yeah. I believe in marriage. And I think they should get married.
Okay, thank you very much.
Nice. I was just telling you, Queen, though, my boy Bobby, he have no good examples in his whole life, you know, of anyone being married for any long period of time. I mean, as you said before, his parents wasn't married, and they was married for like, how much you said, 50 years, you said?
Parents was together for over 50 years.
Well, there you go, and they was never married. I mean,
as I was saying, I was trying to get the people that are probably know joining, let them know what's going on.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
So quickly, Judy, in this relationship, with this man for over 30 years, they're both in the 50s. I know she mentioned marriage a couple of times, but then don't he wrote at all. You know, and people point to people and say, well, listen, so and so.
Okay, gentlemen, take another call, please.
So they bring the pastor now. She going to church now, right? And the pastor is telling her she's living in a life of fornication and she needs to get married. So I know she moved in the bedroom now, living in another bedroom, but she said, because she telling Bobby, if you don't marry me, well, you know, I had to cut off the supply to the honey factory.
Yeah.
Okay, now that we have moved into another room, let's take another call.
All right.
Hello. Yeah.
Hello, good night.
Yeah, good night. You all must realize, right, that there are women that just in marriage material, don't mind you may have them or live with them for a period of time. They're just not marriage material that you want to marry to. It's not encouraging, but you stay there. That is the truth and reality of life. That is life. It's reality. Not marriage.
Well,
when you say not marriage material, what
marriage
you
material,
mean?
Yeah, so explain that one.
This radio really cannot discuss those things, and you would know that too.
Okay,
you know, that's life, right?
Right.
So things do happen that way, and it happening right now all over the world. But you know, you can have a person live with some person, but after period of time you realize I am here, and because of circumstances, you know, it's like that, and let me know it. That's just the way life is. Thank you.
Okay,
all right, there you go. Thank you very much. I don't know how I feel about that one there, just no, not marriage material though. I don't, you know, I figure I don't know what's marriage material, but I mean, she had 2 children with him and raised them. Seemed to be very good. And was together for 30 years. So something was going right.
But he's saying that he sounds like a man that of the world, of not just of the world, that experience. His voice sounds experienced.
Experience,
and so
right.
Come on this earth for a while. So he seemed to see and see and hear a lot of things and know a lot of things. So what he might be saying, there may be a little bit of truth in that there, so too. That may be another way of looking at it. I don't know. I just believe that Bobby is saying, listen, let us look around what's happening in the world. People marrying and divorcing daily. As soon as they're married, they be living good, they just get married and divorce and everything break up. We hear good. You have no problems. What is your problem? Your biggest problem is that you want to get married. That is no problem.
Okay, please take a call. Take a call, please.
Been here for 30 years, be married.
Come in, caller.
Another call coming through.
Yes, hello.
Yes,
I think after 30 years, I think she is about 20 years too late. She said yes. She gave into that type of relationship. And now she has decided to go to church and want the pastor to rule her life and try to force his hand. But forcing hand isn't good. And that gentleman that talked about marriage material, what is marriage material?
Right, I don't know. Yeah, I got the people on
my thing on that is, if you is, kind of material, and you can bring children material, you're cooking every day material, will you get married?
No,
most women, not all, most women just want to get married. So, but I think she come too late with it.
Yes.
And there are men, you hear how you just said, how the Queen said that the man, parents stay married and live together for 50 years. They got men to tell you straight, I ain't getting married. My parents stay married. Nobody ain't married my mother. You understand? So she a little late. Maybe it's best if you sing the song, Walk Away, Please Go.
Exactly, I agree with you 100%.
That's what it comes down to. I think she can go out to do that if she wants to make a change. But that man, he nursed that baby, that married baby. So he ain't going. He ain't married anybody. She's just too late with that. She's much too late with that, and that is my take on it.
Yeah, I agree.
Thank you.
I respect that. Okay.
I respect that there, so I do. But listen, the boss, let me hear from me. What's it again? Not real bad over the marriage material, man.
Man, you just never asked. I'm not surprised. That's on my WhatsApp.
This man here really starts some trouble because you let me wonder what is marriage material? Where he getting all this? A woman is a woman, a good woman is a good woman. Ain't got none of them marriage material. If she ain't marriage material, go on about your business and left the woman. That's what let me hear that. Let me hear if I am not marriage material, go on and left me then.
Okay, we have another caller with more material for you. Hold on, please. Come in, caller. Come in, please.
Good night.
Good night.
Hello?
Good night.
Yeah, good night. Yeah. My 2 cents on this is that this woman don't really want to get married. It's the pastor who forcing she to get married in this instant, right? Because she's been living comfortable with the man for all these years, never thinking about marriage. Because I think if she think about marriage, she would have mentioned it to him, right? So I think
yes, she did mention it a few times.
Right?
She mentioned it a few times, but he finally dismissed it.
Right, I think the pastor pushing this thing with this, and a lot of pastors just do this to people. Serving, you can't serve 2 masters, but Lord forgives for everything. So if you choose to live with a man for 40, 50 years and be comfortable, so be it. And I think she qualified even more than some wives, because everyone he got always, she told him what I've done, so she entitled for the same rights as a married woman. So I don't see why she worries she has about. Just continue living, the man making she happy, she don't be suffering, and she can go now and let the pastor put this thing in his head. The pastor gonna live probably with his wife and among other people, or what the case will be, and she be suffering. So let she just as she is and continue. She can serve God before. She can even serve God before you even go to church. So I don't see why you want to push this marriage on pushing. All right, that's what I want to say, and I left it for.
Okay, thank you, sir. Next caller, come in, please.
Hello, good night.
Come in, please.
Good night.
Good night, good night. I got several points. Let me start. First point,
Yes,
if marriage was a deal breaker, she should have left everything. Know what you want and what your cards are. If marriage is a big deal breaker for you, put your cards on the table, and if it ain't where you get hey, you make your exit. It's a little bit too late, but I can't tell nobody we're making her happy. If she unhappy being unmarried, then she needs to leave the place. So, you don't want to pressure you to get married. It's your decision.
Right.
Pass the hand right up in there. That you business.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
That is not your business. Third, the lady before, and this has happened a lot. I tell you, pastors come and mash up good families,
Ma'am, watch your conduct, please. Watch your conduct, please. That is not some. We don't want you to go in that direction, please.
True.
Okay, thank you.
I say that you cannot let other people determine what decisions you make in your life.
No, that's the correct way to say it. That's the correct way to say it.
No third parties.
No third parties. The decision has to be hers and his. The other thing I wanted to say was the caller talked about marriage material. I don't know what that is. If you are with somebody and you good enough, she give you children. But you know she was marriage material or not. And if she is not marriage material, why are you wasting the woman's time? Why are you wasting the woman's time?
Yeah. Exactly. But I think she's a good woman, though.
Determined, but if you married her, if you happy, you're happy. That's as far as people just look at love. You're happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is what that was my contribution.
Okay, thank you.
So
Eric, let's go to a 1 minute break, please. Just a 1 minute break is enough for me. 1 minute, please.
Okay.
Love me tender, love me sweet, never let me go. You have love me tender, love me sweet, never let me go. You have made my life complete, and I love you so. Love me tender, love me true, all my dreams fulfill. Oh, my darling, I love you.
Okay, 12 minutes after 7 o'clock. We continue smartly. It is all yours again, Eric, and you got another call in, please.
Yes, hello.
Come in, please.
Yes, here's my take on it. 30 years is a bit, well, more than a bit too long, because if they had discussed this, which I believe they did from the beginning, as I always tell people, whatever a guy or lady tells you, believe them. So if he said he's not into marriage, the biggest mistake they tend to make is that they stay on, hoping that one day they will change their mind. And then 1 year turns to 10, 15, or even 50, and you're still there hoping the guy change his mind.
True.
So if for her, if I believe in marriage also, love and marriage, and if someone truly loves you, he would be committed to you. And clearly, he does not think that that is necessary, and on knowing that, she should have left. As bad as it hurt, she should have left and leave room for that guy who will do what he refused to do. So for her, now that she's a Christian, it is going to be difficult, because now it's no God versus the husband. This is like leaving out the pastor now. because he can advise on how best to deal with the situation. But at the same time, when you have someone who also does not have that belief, you find that you end up causing more of a conflict more than bringing two people together. So my advice to her is, first, to continue going to church and what's not, but if after a time, which is cliche because after all 30 years, but hey, and he's still adamant that he does not want to marry her, then yes, she should go. Because you'd rather have your integrity than to be with somebody who doesn't honor you the way that you deserve to be honored. So everybody, I know everybody was talking about your whole marriage material, but I think it's just more on everybody. It's a cutout to be committed. And some people choose not to be committed because they just don't think me being with one person for over 25, 30 years is ridiculous. And then to even make that further commitment to marry them is just, that's too beneath me. So you get to know who you let into your life. And that way, when you pay attention to the signs and you listen to the person, you get to know them, then you know what it is you want. And don't just say, hey, I want marriage, but yet still your actions say completely different because they're going to zone in on that, right? So that's my 2 cents on that. For me, I unfortunately am not in a relationship right now. I've never been married. I hope to someday, but as I said, I've met from my experience, I've met many men who made it clear from the beginning, I don't want to get married, or they're already in a relationship, but they don't mind tag you along. But I decide I deserve better. When you know your true self-worth, trust me, it is easier to say no, you know. So that's my advice I would give her if she is listening. And hopefully, I don't know if she will take my advice or not, or to whoever else will listen. But love you first. When you love you first, it is easier to say no to anybody who wants to come into your life and tell you this is what I want, and you have to adjust to it. But they're not making any sacrifices for you. Right? So that is my take, and you guys do have a good night.
Thank you, ma'am. The numbers to call 434-1790, 434-1790. I will take your calls as soon as the light flashes. You're on again.
Yeah, boy.
Gentlemen?
Yes. I respect that lady just now. I mean, she said it correctly. You know your worth, lay your cards on the table up front, you know, and get everything out of the way. Things like that, you get out of the way early o'clock, you know. And I respect her views totally.
You understand what she said, but she said something too that could cause a little discomfort for some people. She basically said, if you're in a relationship, and even if it is working, and the gentleman does not want to marry you, and you feel you should get married, well, leave and go and look for somebody to marry you. Basically, that's what the other part of what she said.
No, I don't think I get that. I think she said lay your cards on the table early and discuss it, and if you all seeing two different things, you know, you're in it. Just a short period of time, you'll be able to move on it.
How do you measure time? If you're in a relationship with some person for 2-3 years, you're in some person for 2-3 years, when living in the house together, she bring up the topic of marriage. He said, give me some time. Give me some time to catch myself. And then that 3 years turned into 5 years.
Okay.
And the next thing you know, it's 7 years.
We have a caller. We have a call. I know things are really, really busy. I'm trying to get everything straddled between here. Keith, we have a call over 2, 3, 4 callers, and WhatsApp's coming through like mad for this. No pun intended. WhatsApp coming through like mad with this this marriage material. The one WhatsApp says that caught my eye. One WhatsApp says that caught my eye, and I'll read this to you. Thinks that we are very myopic. We are very myopic. As soon as we think about marriage, we only think of sex. And the WhatsApper goes on to say that there are people that are not cut out to be policemen, not cut out to be teachers, cut out to be preachers. And, you know, it is like what the WhatsApp is saying, that there are certain vocations in life, if you like, certain areas in life. There's some people that are not cut out to be captains of cricket teams. And that is what the second WhatsApp is saying. That is what the caller meant when he said talk about marriage material. Some people don't even know how to have friends, the WhatsApp continues to say. And I'm reading as I speak to you. They don't even know how to keep a good friend. Okay. They don't know. You see what WhatsApp is saying? Don't even know how to keep a good friend. So I'm just trying to help. We're going to take a call, Eric.
Yes, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Hello, good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Yes, that is the conversation, and my take on it, if why you would live with a person 30 years and they ain't good to you, and question it, you live with somebody 30 years, so things will be going good and working good. So
they were going good.
Yeah. So I can't understand that.
Things going good, you know. Ain't that things was bad, things going good. It's just the marriage thing that the woman want to get straightened up.
Yes, I understand some women need that sort of thing and so, but to me, it ain't necessary if you know the position you're in and you know that it's working good and everything good. We need. I ain't say that you shouldn't. I mean, sometimes you should, but 30 years, you ain't supposed to question nothing. You ain't supposed to, you can't leave somebody 30 years and question if them is the person for you or nothing. So I can't understand some foolishness.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, good night then.
Come in, caller.
Good
Come
night.
in, caller.
Hello.
Come in, please.
Good night.
Go ahead.
The biggest mistake some of us make is going into relationship secretly hoping that person would marry us and going and live home with them, right? Because when you do that, right, they feel, right, after a year, say you ask them the first year, the second year, and they put you off, and you accept that, it's your bad luck, right? So the best thing when a guy asks you, say he love you and blah, 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 and he wants you to live home with him, tell him straight up, if you don't put a ring on my finger, I'm not living home with you. If I'm good to live home, I'm good to marry. So some of us make that big mistake and go in and live home, and then 5, 10 years, 15 years, you're still in the same place.
Right.
So the pastor, you know, she now come a Christian, and that's so hard, right? Because he's done settle. He's done settle.
Yeah.
You understand? Right. And he don't want to move from that place, even though he might say he love her. But if he love her enough, he will change his mind. But he settles, so he don't want to move because she accept him all those years for where they are. So it's a big mistake on her part, accepting it so long. That is my intake.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mom. Another call is when they come in fast and furious. Take another one, Eric.
Yeah, go ahead, darling.
Good night. Good night. I agree with that lady there just now. 100% agree with her. Don't settle without anything on your finger. I agree with her.
Right. Or you got to lay your cards up front, early o'clock.
Yeah, that's all.
Right. Okay then. Thank you very much.
I got a woman here in my WhatsApp. She said don't let she boyfriend, and they're in a relationship for 12 years. And she telling me, I hope you listening to this program, you know, and all he doing is stripping all he doing. You see, she said he's going more pushing and stripping all the time.
I still say
Hello, caller, come in, please. Eric will take your call.
Hello?
Yes, please, go ahead.
Good night. I would wish, right, that what I'm actually hearing here is most of the persons that give their opinion and all the ones that come in would listen carefully. When you really go into a relationship, you don't say, nobody grows up and say, I can grow up. A very few people does it anyway. Yes, they do. A very few people. When they grow up, I want to get married, and they can do this, and they can do this, and they can do that. Most of the times what happens when a relationship hits person sanity is by surprise or physical attraction most of the time, as you know, the eyes would see attractiveness to each other.
Right.
So you don't really, as people try to indicate here, and I'm hearing, they should have known this before, know that before. You don't know these things before. A relationship progresses in time, and after a period of time, things changes. And changes sometimes, you get very comfortable with you and the person, as the lady indicated before. You know, you there for a certain amount of times, and the gentleman said, things working. But you know what happened? If the gentleman, or his belief, or the lady, feel to themselves that, you know, like things work in a certain way with us, why you want to go and let somebody intervene or change it? Well, I ain't really about that right now. You're going to go, as the person probably was advised here, as I understand it, go and look for somebody else. Well, you never loved the body in the first place, so the body right not to marry you. Because if you're going to take that advice and duck out because that the body want to marry, how you would feel about this person altogether? You was just in for it to walk. So your relationship is just to get a ring? I don't think that these things should be adhered to, as in you go into a relationship to get a ring. Yes, you want to be, after a period of time and age, you want to serve the Lord and do things. I believe in mind the man should honor her feelings at the age and time, and not for the years. Because at the age, they want to go and see the Father Almighty, as in saying things like, I want to be holy, they want to do the right thing, and if everybody believe in what passes on after death, probably they want that to happen. Because women, men does it too, they have a change of heart and responsibility as experience progresses in their life and they get older. But to say that if it is that you all want to have another person because the boy don't want to marry you, so it was about marriage only? So what it done all the rest of the time? So to me, that's my contribution, and I believe in mine. He should honor her because of the progression for the years and time and the age you're getting at. Now, on the part when some person said or indicated about the marriage material, yes, there's a program you can talk about certain, but then again, there's certain you cannot discuss on the program materially. As the husband, I believe, read on WhatsApp, and it was indicating is like, it's a fact. You ever heard about a fireman going to get a job as a fireman, and when he got the job, he can tell you, without fire too hot for me. It's like, it don't work so. It don't work so. So reality is, if you or anybody get into a relationship a period of times and it was working so well, you know what times have passed it, that they have felt so comfortable together and things working for them the way it was. Yes, as I said again, people want to get married because of an age thing and what is going to happen later on and how they're looking at and perceive the Father Almighty and the Bible readings, right? But if that is what makes the marriage only, right, I mean, that ain't good, because other more things stands out in the whole relationship that made the relationship stand for 30 years. I know you can go and bungle it, and as somebody in the key, you can step out to it and go and do it, look for who the other boy can come and marry you at this time too. And then somebody also said, last one of this, somebody said, wasting time. You don't waste time in a relationship. A relationship takes time to grow. So anybody who have an idea that they're wasting time in a relationship, I'm sorry and I'm saddened for them. It takes time to grow. That's my contribution. I hope you all understand.
Okay, we have a million more calls here. Thank you. Let's see how much more we can get in there. Take it, Eric.
Good night.
Yes, good night.
Hello.
Hey, good night. We can hear you.
Oh, yeah, I'm on the program, sir?
Yes, you are. Go ahead.
No, I want to say one thing. First of all, in my opinion, the lady wants to get married not because of marriage sake, but for the fact that she is living a life serving God, and she wants to live a decent life. Secondly, I think her children would feel really proud to know that their parents get married. I honestly feel so. Don't you think so too?
The children, I think that's one thing that was crossing my mind, that the children should really, be the persons to come in and say, well, Daddy, Ma, you was with Mommy so long, you both think y'all get married. I would love to hear the children say that. And I think that would really sway him more than, this pressure, from the church and everything coming in. I think that would really sway him and get him to, to change his mind and then marry the lady.
But and thirdly, what he must understand, when he gets married, it makes him look decent in the public. He can go to work and say, "Oh, my wife prepared my lunch for me today. My wife did that for me," and she can also say, "Oh, my husband is coming to pick me up." I'll make her feel after all these years feel like a decent lady.
Right, the thing is, Bobby don't have no good examples in his life of people that were married that lasted.
No, but
let me say at the beginning, the parents weren't married. They were married and they were together for 50 years. None of his siblings are married. And the only example he could point to is the girlfriend's sister who was married and divorced. So I think he's everything playing in his back of his mind that, why getting married but spoil the relationship.
Yeah, but Bobby shouldn't look at other people because, I mean, she ain't telling you, sir, I see you never buy a big wall, so you buy one for me too. She ain't telling Bobby, all she say is, I get married, and Bobby should feel broke. See when people look at his wife, she's business so and so. When they go to function, I'm just Jim Bro, and this Peter Phillips.
Yeah.
But you know what? Hold on together.
You're right.
So
I agree with you. I agree with you. Bringing the children. I get the wife. The lady should bring the children.
Right.
Don't have a conversation. Just the family. Just the family.
And then again, Bobby,
that was with him.
And to me, she getting married now would even to me produce more love for Bobby. Bobby get more.
Exactly.
More chicken, more everything. Bobby got everything.
Exactly. I agree with you. I agree with that. I love that.
Tell her, listen, the church pastor got a man here be rich. She's sleeping in the back bedroom, but she said, I'm doing a lot of elements in this house. Because you know that's why you can break down. You mother go to church, I let you church people for that. She had a lot of foolishness, and she in the back bedroom there sleeping, but she said that she walking all day or something, there ain't nothing. That's what Bobby can say. Anyhow, it's that time in the evening, PC Rose, we can go down to here quick because it's no 7:30,
thank you, caller.
You go back and tell Bobby what you say, man. Put the Lord in that, he'd be more to get everything. He get everything you want and get double. Everything.
All right, Ken.
Okay.
Finish.
All right. Eric, give me a call in the studio, please. Eric, please give me a call in the studio before you disconnect.
Okay.
Give me a call.
I will pass on the message.
All right, give me a call, Eric. Thank you.